So I hear. Well, I guess we can say anything we want.
Good evening, welcome to the June 22nd meeting of the Lowell License Commission. Secretary Nguyen, was the meeting posted?
Yes.
Number one on the agenda, please.
Minutes for the meeting of June 1st, 2017.
I know you don't look like Commissioner Krieger. Commissioner Howard, would you like to make a motion to accept?
Motion to accept.
By Commissioner Howe, seconded by Commissioner McCarthy. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next.
Following which, we have an application for a special one-day license to sell, dispense malt beverages and wine only, or either one, for the Lowell Folk Festival. This is filed on behalf of Anthony Contarino of the Tremonte Restaurant Group, LLC, for an enclosed outdoor area at 44 Palmer Street, when Palmer Street will be closed for motor vehicles, which is Friday, July 28, 2017, Saturday, July 29, 2017, and Sunday, July 30th, 2017. The hours for this special space for the Tremonte restaurant is Friday, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m., Saturday, 12 noon to 11 p.m., and Sunday, 12 noon to 6 p.m. Reed Enos is the general manager, and he is here to represent Tremonte.
Good evening. State your name for the record. Hey, Reed, how you doing tonight?
Doing well.
So I understand how it is where you're seating outside now. What are you planning on doing?
We would like to extend the patio one more row of tables just until the sidewalk. We wouldn't actually go into the street.
Towards the main entrance or towards the other way?
Where there is existing seating area now,
Yeah.
we just want to extend it one more row to the street, towards the street.
Oh, so you're going to go into the street?
We would not go into the street. There's a sidewalk. Since the street will be closed off, we just go until the curb, and we're able to fit one more row of tables. And then on the opposite side, where there's on Middle Street, we'd like to set up just high-top tables.
On Middle Street?
Correct,
Right around
and
there.
it would be blocked off and roped off and everything.
How far are we going there?
Just towards our property.
To the end of your
Yeah.
window there?
Correct.
All right. Deputy Superintendent Webb, any concerns? All right, questions, comments from the board?
Move approval.
Move for approval by Commissioner McCarthy, seconded by Commissioner Donahue. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next.
Thank you.
You're all set. Good luck.
Thank you.
Commissioner, I'll take up application for a special one-day license to sell, dispense malt beverages and wine only, or either one. Tabitha Garnett, the catering manager for Aramark, for an event at the Allen House at 2 Solomon Way, the Associate Dean's Council Gathering for Thursday, June 29th, from 3 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. We also have Kelly Fox of the Greater Lowell Roadrunners for the GLRR Family Day, which is Sunday, July 30th, 2017, from 12 noon to 4 p.m. at the Shed Park Pavilion.
State your names for the record, please.
Tabitha Garnett.
Tabitha, we miss you. Where you been?
Summer, it slows down.
You step right to the lectern, please. State your name.
Kelly Fox.
Hi, Kelly. How are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Good. Kelly, have you held one of these licenses before?
I have, for the past 2 years. We've
Okay.
done the Shed Park family outing,
Yep.
and I have the permit for Shed Park for that day, and I'll go through the approved dispensaries that I was provided with for the past 2 years.
Perfect answer. Questions, comments from the board? Motion by Commissioner Donahue, seconded by Commissioner Howe. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Best of luck on your events.
Thank you.
Okay.
Commissioner, I'll take up special events permits for amplification, outdoor public entertainment. For License Commission ratification, a permit that was issued June 5th, 2017 to Renee Wolterding, doing business as the Mill City Barbecue, BBQ, and Brew, with sound system for music DJ, the second anniversary of Mill City Barbecue and Brew. That would have been Saturday, June 10th, 2017, from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. at 1018 Gorham Street. It would be the outdoor area on the east side, and that also includes the deck. I believe Renee said she wouldn't be here this evening to acknowledge the commission's,
Why don't we
This-
pass until she gets here?
I'm sorry.
Why don't we move on until she comes here, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
John Marciano. Okay. Proceeding with further, Robin Dupel of the ATP Restaurant, Inc., doing business as Cobblestones, has filed application for a sound system for outdoor area at 91 Dutton Street during the Folk Festival for Friday, July 28th, Saturday, July 29th, and Sunday, July 30th, 2017.
I don't see.
Eric Sack, I'm sorry. Eric Sack is here also. He is representing the Southeast Asian Water Festival for Saturday, August 19th, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Heritage Campus Pavilion at Pawtucket Boulevard for music and dance.
Sandy McNamara?
Sandy McNamara is unable to be here this evening, but she would ask that this commission continue her application for the next regular meeting, which is for July 13th.
That's fine, thank you.
Is Christine Sondora or Kathy Entremont? Okay. So on behalf of Christine Sondora, we have Kerry Entremont. For the Greater Lowell Health Alliance, this will be the second annual Greater Lowell Pride Family Friendly event for Saturday, June 24th, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. at the Utopia Park. This will include a 5-person band, DJ, singers, and that's that.
Okay, could everybody just state their name at the lectern, please?
Robin Dupel from Cobblestones.
Hi, Robin.
Eric Sack from the Southeast Asian Waterfest.
How you doing, Eric? Good.
And Carrie Denchemont from the Greater Lowell Health Alliance.
Hi, Kerry.
Hi.
Kerry, what's going on at your event?
We have all kinds of, fun activities for kids.
Yep.
Face painting, there'll be a clown. We do have a band that's going to be playing and a DJ. And just all kinds of stuff, fun stuff for the kids. And really, from the Health Alliance, so it's a very health-focused event. So we have some tents set up for some screenings and some testing, and a lot of the organizations are going to be doing outreach to the LGBTQ community.
So really centered on health then, right?
Yeah.
We probably don't want to invite Commissioner McCarthy to this then.
Good idea.
Good idea, all right. How many people are you expecting?
Last year, we held it at Boarding House Park, and we had about 300 people.
Oh, good for you.
So
Fantastic, all right. Eric, what's going on at the Asian Water Festival this year?
This is our 21st anniversary this year. Like it says, dance, music, fun, food, all the way down to the boathouse.
Fantastic. And Robin?
Oh, sorry.
Same as usual, we do an outdoor grill, we have live music, beverages,
You still going to let Mr. Plath cook outside?
very little.
Okay, thank you. Questions, comments from the board?
What, Robin, what are the hours for the music, do you know?
They start at 6 o'clock on Friday night and through till 10 o'clock on Sunday night.
Deputy Superintendent Webb, any concerns on these three applications?
No concerns, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, sir.
Move approval.
Moved by Commissioner McCarthy, seconded by Commissioner Donahue. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Enjoy. Success. All right.
On the backside of our agenda is we have an application for a sidewalk stand for 2017. Representing Lock Crisis Center, doing business as Lock Inc., Cindy Dalton, for 169 Merrimack Street. This will be during the Folk Festival weekend of July 28th, July 29th, and July 30th.
State your name for the record, please.
Cindy Dalton.
How you doing tonight, Cindy?
I'm well, how are you?
Good. Tell us about your event.
We are a nonprofit human services organization, fairly new to the Lowell area, so we're simply trying to get the word out about our services. So it'd be an information table, handouts, brochures, some flyers, and probably some small giveaways, pens and the like.
Okay. Commissioner Donahue.
What does LUK stand for?
It stands for Let Us Know. We used to be a crisis hotline back in the 70s.
So moved by Commissioner Donahue, seconded by Commissioner Howe. All in favor signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Motion passes.
Aye.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right.
Anyone else here on behalf of an application for sound amplification? Okay. Proceeding with number 6 on our meeting agenda, we have a hearing on the allegations of misconduct as charged by William M. Taylor, the Superintendent of Police, in a communication to the License Commission dated May 18, 2017, regarding Bannacan doing business as the Crown All Alcoholic Beverages Restaurant licensee at 74 Middlesex Street. Bannacan?
Well, well, well. Are you associated with the Crown? Excuse me? Are you associated with the Crown? No. All right, then, when we hold back here. Let's take the other agenda item, and if Mr. Khan is not here, then,
Commissioner will now proceed with the next agenda item, which is number 7, hearing on the allegations of misconduct as charged by William M. Taylor, the Superintendent of Police, to the License Commission dated May 29, 2017, regarding Alexandra LLC, doing business as Vibe Restaurant and Lounge, Alexei Torres, manager, all alcoholic beverages restaurant licensee at 179 Central Street.
And we have Sergeant Damaris here to speak to the incident.
thank you, Counsel. Counsel, state your name for the record.
Attorney Michael Zame here for Alexander LLC. Mr. Torres, I reviewed the hearing tape when he was approved on his license, and he told the commission that he would just shoot across town to his bar and it would take him 5 minutes.
Okay.
So we're having a little problem with his arrival here tonight. He's downstairs, he's parking the car, he'll be right upstairs.
We'll give you a couple of minutes, Counsel.
Please appreciate that, thank you.
Okay. Good evening, Mr. Torres.
Good evening.
Made it just in time. Counselor Zame, floor is yours.
Thank you. We've reviewed the report by Sergeant Damaris, and to address the 3 things that Sergeant Damaris brought up in his report and that the City of Lowell sent over with respect to this morning, to this evening's hearing. The first one being that the licenses be conspicuously displayed. The issue we had with that, simple explanation, was one of the framed licenses, not the liquor license, had fallen to the ground, broke the glass frame that it was in. Mr. Torres, as you know, was a Walmart employee and purchased a new set of frames for all of them, and had taken them down to put them back up and never got around to putting them back up. They were there. Sergeant Damaris asked them to produce the license. They were readily available. They just weren't conspicuously displayed on the wall. They're back up in their brand new frames, purchased at Walmart at a great price. The second issue was that I believe it's the 30 minutes the license, the music was going. That evening, Mr. Torres had to leave early due to a family emergency. There was a gentleman that was the manager who he left in charge of the business. He didn't shut the music down at the right time, and he's been spoken to, and the you know, their system is supposed to be that they shut the music down and then they play a lighter music called the bachata that is supposed to be a calming effect as the people finish up and get out the door. And so that was the mistake they made, and you know, that was what drew Sergeant Damaris' attention to them, that the music and the door was open. There was another situation that about when Sergeant Damaris did go in, he did notice that there were some bottles and bottles and glasses on the bar. reading the rule, it says no alcohol service 30 minutes prior to the licensed establishment is closing, and during that time, tables shall be cleared of all glasses and bottles. So they were in the process of clearing the bottles and in the process of doing the clearing, and they just hadn't gotten all of them up yet at that particular point in time. I did, take of note, and I saw Sergeant Damaris here earlier. As you read through Sergeant Damaris's report, you'll see that the people on staff knew what were well aware of what they're well versed in the rules. There was a gentleman who had re-entered as Sergeant Damaris was in there speaking to them. And again, it was the sole purpose of him re-entering was for the purposes of finding some keys that he had lost. It wasn't for any other particular reason. So I think this was just a matter of some minor housekeeping issues that needed to be taken care of. Mr. Torres is a hard worker, as you know. He's trying to do the right thing with that establishment, and he's addressed all of these issues with each of the respective people that he needs to at his club. They all have a pretty good understanding that he's a very nice guy, but not to mistake his kindness for weakness, and that it won't happen. It's not going to be tolerated any further.
Thank you. Sergeant Damaris. State your name for the record, please.
Yes, my name's Daniel Damaris. I'm a sergeant with the Lowell Police Department. Good evening.
Good evening, Sergeant. Good relationship with the Vibe?
I've known the head of security, who used to be the head of security at the Crown. He's now working at the Vibe. Mm-hmm. I've worked with him for probably over a year, as well as another individual, Randy Hancock, who used to bounce at the Mill City Ballroom at the time. Mm-hmm. He now is working at the Club Vibe.
In your report, it seems like once you pointed out some of the issues that you spotted, they were taken care of immediately?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Torres, Mr. Santino, good friend of yours?
Yeah. We actually went to school together, Greater Lowell, and till this day, had a good relationship till this day with him.
You understand that Mr. Santino's been in front of this board before?
Yeah.
Okay, so you understand?
I understand.
The way I look at it is you get one bite of the apple,
Mm-hmm.
all right? And if you leave on an emergency, as Councilor Zame has pointed out, you have to leave your establishment in the hands of some responsible people.
Yeah.
They can't be laxed in their duties. I understand that, your crew was very accommodating to Sergeant Damaris,
Mm-hmm.
but I think this is a wake-up call for you that these little things add up to bigger things. They make bigger things. So I know you've been working hard. I've heard some good things over there, but you don't want these little things to stop blossoming up. Okay? Commissioners, further questions?
I make a motion, Mr. Chairman, that we place this on file for 1 year. Warning.
I'll second that. I think, Mr. Chairman, you've represented my feelings as well in this matter, that he gets the one bite of the apple.
Commissioner Howe?
I agree. I'm a little concerned about your employees who worked at the Crown and Mill City Ballroom, our two favorite bars here. So that's concerning, but I agree with the motion.
Motion by Commissioner McCarthy, seconded by Commissioner Donahue to place it on file. Mr. Torres? Have a good night.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Commissioners now will be taking up the matter of a hearing on the allegations of misconduct as charged by the Superintendent of Police regarding Banner Can doing business as the Crown, the all-alcoholic beverage restaurant licensee at 74 Middlesex Street.
And, Mr. Chairman, we have Lieutenant Penrose of the Police Department and Deputy Chief Casey from the Fire Department.
Thank you, Counsel. State your name for the record, sir.
Vanakan.
How are you tonight, Mr. Khan?
I'm doing well, sir. How
All
are
right,
you?
representing yourself tonight, I see?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Would you like the complaint read into the record, or would you like to waive that?
Yeah, I can waive that. So.
Okay. Floor is yours.
I did some painting the wall, and I forgot to make a copy of the license. So that day I took home to make a copy, and I put in one car. I have 3 cars. So when I came to Crown at 9 o'clock when we open, and I drive different car, and again I just want to address the officer there. They was so grateful. I mean, they were so nice. They gave me the opportunity as well. It just the time frame between from my home to Crown, it takes about 30 minutes, so they couldn't wait for that. And because we painting, I misplaced all my license. I mean the crowd manager. But the next day we have everything posted on the wall. And I apologize for that too, and then you guys were so kind to us. Even though we had that night closed down, but we deserve it. So that's what happened, so it's nothing else, and again, you, Commissioner, you gave me the second chance, the wake-up call, include W Webs, so Crown now, we actually on the right tracks. It's just that one incident that I take the blame myself. I supposed to have all the license on the wall and everything else.
All right, let's take this one at a time here. Failure to display a liquor license to sell alcoholic beverages. So your story is that you were painting the walls and you put the license in one of your cars and forgot it, right?
Yes, sir. We make a copy and supposed to bring the copy back and keep original at home.
Okay, Officer Penrose, can you step up, please? If you could just state your name for the record, sir.
Good evening. My name is Matt Penrose, Lieutenant with the Lowell Police Department.
Lieutenant, I'm just trying to read through this. Now, Mr. Khan produced a license that had expired, correct?
Yes, there was a license that was displayed, but it was expired last year.
Last year?
Yes.
All right, so Mr. Khan, if
Right.
it was expired
There's
last
a wall,
year.
right, so no, one wall is the old license, and then the wall on this side, the new license. So I took it out, and plus when we paint, the old license was in the file cabinet, so I took it out and showed him, and I thought it was, the one.
You got me confused now.
Well, the old license we put, before we paint the wall,
Yeah.
it was on one side, and the new license will be on the other side.
Yep.
Right. So I took the new license home. The old license stayed at the Crown, at the club, in the file cabinet when we
Why would you take the new license home?
To make a copy, sir. Because,
Copies?
yes, I want to make a copy, so I keep the copy at Crown, and, just in case if someone happened to take it out or steal it, at least I have the original at home. And the mistake was I did not bring it back. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Why would you keep an expired license up on your wall?
I don't know. I just have both there, but now it's only one, the new ones.
I think you painted the wrong wall.
No, we painted both walls. No. The old license.
Okay. All right. How about concerning the cover charge? Can you explain that to us, please?
Normally, we put the sign on the blackboard, but we did not put there, so.
Who's in charge of putting that up on the blackboard?
It's supposed to be my sons, but now I'm gonna put myself.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And concerning the crowd manager on duty?
Yes, I am myself also the crowd manager. It's
Yeah.
just that we call up the painting process, and I just misplaced. But now everything is back in place. My wife's also the crowd manager, and my security also crowd manager. Just the license is not there. So now everything is organized.
Okay. Lieutenant, beside the 3 complaints that are being brought forward to this commission, anything else about the establishment that this commission might be enlightened to?
No, sir.
So just those 3, right?
Yes, sir.
Seems a bit relaxed management there?
That is correct.
I appreciate your time. Yes. Commissioners, questions, please. Commissioner Howell?
The fire and crowd control checklist, could you tell me what that entails?
All the checklists just tell if there's everything in there working, the door is not locked, the sprinkler system checks, the emergency lights also, and the capacities in there, and what date is the sprinkler system being inspected, or the fire alarm being inspected, and who actually make the announcements. So those we do checks. However, the license, the crowd manager license was not there. Okay.
So the police report says, well, this incident took place May 5th, and the last time someone did a fire and crowd control checklist was April 28th. So can you explain what happened there?
That night, again, we just was organized after everything print, and, we did not, I believe we did not fill out the checklist, right? But they was, they willing to give me a break, but it's just because the licensed crowd was not there. And like I said again, that night, they were so kind to me,
Right. What is the significance of doing this fire and crowd control checklist? Why is that required?
At every nightclub, it has to be required that just in case if something happened, the building burned down, what if the sprinkler is not working, or the emergency light is not on. So those are pre-checked before the club open. That's why it's very important for the fire departments and also the police departments, and I feel that.
How long does it take an individual to do this fire and crowd control?
It's about 5 minutes, ma'am. Just go plug it in, not less than 5 minutes. The main concern is you have to check the emergency light, see that it's working. So we have a long stick all the way through, just carry that and point, do testing.
And you would agree that it's very important to do this checklist?
Yes, ma'am, it is very important, and I apologize for that.
So it's a 5-minute operation that's very important, and it wasn't done for at least a week. I think that's outrageous.
We only open 2 days a week, ma'am, so we only fill out during the day. So he probably find, last week, and then the following week. So even though we license 7 days, but we only open Friday and Saturday. So we only fill every Friday and Saturday. We not backdate anything.
Okay. All right, have you done, since this report, have you done the checklist?
Yes, ma'am. I learned my lesson, and plus the previous year, when they all give me the opportunity, I take, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Commissioner McCarthy?
What is your cover charge? How much is your cover charge?
It's a $10 cover charge, sir. So therefore, if we try to do it cheaper, we're gonna invite the wrong crowd. From time to time, if the nights open, if the wrong crowd, they come in with different dress code, I have to shut that night down. And sometimes the officer came in and say, you do the right thing. So we took the commissioner advice that we reach out to the right crowds.
So now you have a posting?
Yes, sir.
$10?
Yes, sir.
And what about the receipt that you give them for collecting that $10?
We give the receipt. We have the POS system that print out the receipt, sir.
But you didn't have them the night that...
On that night, we do not have it on that night. Yeah.
Why was that?
It was a mess for us because we did not plug in, and it's just the same thing. It's just that night, I totally, screw up myself for that.
Thank you.
Commissioner Donahue?
Thank you. Mr. Khan,
Yes, sir.
the police report, Lieutenant Penrose's report indicates that the crowd control manager's certificate had expired and that none of your employees working were certified in crowd control.
Okay, that night, if I may, sir, if we had the opportunity to pull, or if the officer that night be able to pull the record, because my wife and I, we renew it, So, if you can check now, you will see the license actually valid. It just that the crowd manager certificate itself, we do not have that on the wall, so.
You're keeping your records at home, records that should probably be in the business at all times so that you can show them to the fire department, the police department, whenever it's necessary. It seems to me that you lax first in not getting recertified and then not having the materials on hand.
Right. No, the crowd manager, I have it, just I misplaced. But the liquor license, I just took home to make copy because I'm afraid that someone might take it down or steal it, and now I will have to come back and request a new copy. So, but the crowd manager, I just misplaced. But if you were to check my record, you will see it's valid for another 3 years.
You didn't bring those with you tonight to show us?
I did not, but I did not, sir. I can bring it tomorrow to.
Thank you.
Secretary Wynn.
I just wanted to point out, and with what Commissioner Donahue was speaking of and questioning Vanek about, Massachusetts Mass.gov, the state office of the fire marshal, has a website for explaining crowd manager and offers information on the procedure for applying for the certificate. I did a check, and Mr. Khan has a certificate that's good till 2018. Deputy Fire Chief Casey is here. I think he may offer you some perspective on this matter.
Deputy Tim? You could state your name for the record, sir.
Good evening, Deputy Chief Casey, Lowell Fire. Regards to his records, again, we checked that it's on scene at the time of the inspection, and again, it wasn't. Yes, you can look up the actual certification online after the fact, but they're required to have it on site. So when we did the spot inspection, we don't have the availability of computer and stuff like that. We go by the records that are on scene, and the ones that were on scene that night were the expired ones that they had from previous certifications. So again, when we do that inspection, that gets written up as a deficiency.
Since May 5th, have you returned to the Crown?
We have not.
Okay. I expect you will.
We will be on our next crowd manager authorization sweep. They're done late at night, and budget constrictions restrict on how many times we can do them, so.
Great. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, the truth is, honor to God, when they left, we find the certificate piled within that thing, and then we was laughing, but we just say we deserve it that night, and but everything is in place now. If you go back there, you will see it. I will not repeat any more mistakes for that.
Secretary Wynn, when was the last time Mr. Khan was in front of this board?
He appeared before the commission in March of 2016. At that point in time, when the commission had decreased his hours of operation to midnight, and then had been reinstated to 2 a.m.
Okay.
At that time, and that's been the last matter before the commission.
Deputy Superintendent Webb, fairly quiet?
Yes, we're pleased with the turnaround that Mr. Khan has accomplished.
Okay.
At his establishment, and in this particular incident, we're most concerned with the failure to fill out the building safety checklist.
Right.
The fact that checklist wasn't filled out would lead me to think that no safety check was in fact done that night, and we're very concerned about the safety of the patrons in any of these clubs, so that's the issue we're most concerned about.
Understood, understood. Any further comments from the commissioners? Seems like there was a little lack of responsibility that night, Mr. Khan.
Yes, sir.
But I do appreciate that in the last almost year and a half that it seems like you've turned around things at the Crown.
That's why I want to say thank you to you and Mr. Deputy Webb. He's also gave me a lot of feedbacks, and I really thank you so much for that.
All right. As a nightclub owner, bar owner, that license has got to be up. You know that.
Yes, sir.
You know that.
Yes, sir.
Just don't buy the painting thing, okay?
No,
It was a good try, but
I did,
just-
sir.
I
If
don't
you
buy
would have
it.
walked there, you're gonna see fresh paint. No, I
Yeah.
did, sir.
All
I
right.
did. I paint myself. I get out from work, one of the suit will have the white paint on it. I can bring it to let you see it. I honestly did it, sir.
I would make a motion that we suspend the license for 1 day and hold that 1 day in abeyance for 6 months.
I'll second that.
Seconded by Commissioner McCarthy. Any further comments on the motion? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. You still doing well, Mr. Khan? This is just
yes,
kind of a, making
Uh,
sure that we tell you that we're taking it serious, and what Deputy Superintendent Webb said about the crowd control, we want to make sure, about the safety, we want to make sure that's done, okay?
I will, sir, and like I said again, I move it very slowly, and if we need to shut down tonight, we shut down right away. We just don't want to need.
You're doing
just-
fine.
Right, thank you.
All right.
All right, have a good day, sir.
Okay. It doesn't look like any of the people that were here for applications are here. Renee is not here.
Renee Walterding is not present.
It's the second time
and
she
Juan
hasn't been
Marciano's
present, huh? This is the second time she hasn't been present in front of this board.
She responded at the following day.
Yeah.
The fact that she had a busy
Yeah, you had
night.
you had
when
sent
we
an
had her
email to all of
scheduled
us about that.
June
but-
1st.
Right, yeah.
And then I pointed out to her in an email exchange we had that she would be expected to come before the commission for the board's consideration of ratifying the issuance of this amplification permit for the June 22nd meeting. She assured me that she would do so, or at least I understood that to be the case. I did send her the agenda for this evening's meeting and made a point of, with that agenda to the several other people that were scheduled to be here this evening, that they were expected to be at the meeting.
You know,
She did not respond to that.
I hate to do this and make, but she already had the warning to be here, and now she's not here again, and I hate to take away business from, she's doing very well over there, but I gotta tell you, Deputy Superintendent Webb, I think you gotta go by there, and if she is doing that, then we gotta shut her down. This board's not gonna set a precedent that, for you not to appear in front of this board to get the correct license. So I hate to do that to her. I've read great things about the place, but we need to follow the rules and regulations here.
We'll check on it.
Thank you, sir.
So this was, just for the sake of, so there's no misunderstanding on the part of anyone who might be listening, her amplification permit was just for that 1 day.
Oh, it was just for that 1 day?
It was just for that 1 day event.
So she asked for the ratification of this, right?
Just for that,
all right.
for
I
that. So
apologize.
she doesn't have, so should the Lowell Police ever hear any sound coming outside on the deck, she's not permitted to have that under the city ordinance.
I
But the fact
misunderstood.
that
I
she was
misunderstood.
hosting a special annual anniversary.
Could you do us a favor and communicate with her on tomorrow or Monday that this board's a
Well,
little bit...
in the morning.
Yeah, it's important that she be here. All right, she doesn't want to set a bad precedent.
Right, I will, and I will underscore that point in that if she ever has a future outside activity, that there'll be more scrutiny of her activity at that time, by not only the License Commission, but by the Lowell Police.
We appreciate that. I see some people in the back. Are you here for any other business, ma'am?
Excuse me. Good evening. I represent the Puerto Rican Festival in Lowell, and we would like to have an event August 13, 2017. I'm here with the president and also part of the committee.
Okay.
To see if we could have it held at the JFK City Center.
Okay, what you need to do is contact Mr. Wynn's office tomorrow,
Okay,
all right, for any licenses that you may need for that day. And
Okay.
you can probably get it on the next meeting, which is July 13th.
okay.
So I would advise you to do that tomorrow morning, and he'll get you through all the steps that you need
Okay.
to do, okay?
All right, okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Just for your information, if you should come by tomorrow,
Okay,
I want to make a point that City Hall will close at noon time.
okay,
So the hours for tomorrow and Friday are 8 a.m. to 12 noon.
okay. I'll be there
And
before
regular
then.
hours on Monday, which would be 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
I'll make it tomorrow before 12. Thank
Okay.
you.
Have a good night. All right.
Thank you.
Motion by Commissioner McCarthy, seconded by Commissioner Howe to adjourn. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Everyone have a good night.